Hi, my name's Nate. I do a video a week and I basically do a recap of my week and also just check in on how I'm taking care of my mental health and my grief. I lost my dad a year ago and my mom 5 years ago. And let's get into it. And thank you for joining. This week was much better than last. As you know, last week was really rough for me because the weekend prior to that, I broke my sobriety with alcohol. I was 3 months sober, and last week I was literally beating myself up the entire week. I wouldn't let myself feel positive, and when I did feel positive, I felt guilty about it. And this week, I'm going to be honest, I didn't really think about it. I thought about my sobriety and staying sober from alcohol, but I didn't think about the shame. I kind of let that go, which I'm really grateful for because that's something I really struggle with. I am a person who beats themselves up a lot, and that's something I'm trying to change because I don't want to be that way. This week wasn't that crazy. This weekend was really busy for me. I had 2 work events on 2 separate days, like an hour away from my house, and they were like big event goals, and it was also very crowded. And I know we're kind of already skipping to this weekend, but I want to talk about something from that. So I was raised Mormon, or as they like to be called, I was raised a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or LDS. There's a billion names, it feels like. And this weekend, they had this thing called General Conference. And they have that they have it twice a year. And where I was working, it was in Salt Lake City. And downtown Salt Lake City, like literally right next to General Conference. And specifically for my event on Saturday, I was like kind of triggered. And I haven't been triggered like that in a while, like religiously. Sorry, I have like a piece, like a fuzzy or a hair in my eye, and it won't go away. Because I was in this makeup store and I was like talking to everyone, and I was trying to make sales goals and selling product and doing like presentations and walking in front of the store, and then constantly in the store are all these people in suits and ties and dresses and heels and carrying their scriptures and being very Mormon. And what's crazy is that whenever they came into the store, not all of them, not even the majority of them, but when people came into the store, there was always like certain people giving me or like people I was working with dirty looks, or like looking down upon us. And it was so uncomfortable. It's like you are coming into our space where we accept people who identify however they do, dress however they dress. And you are coming into our space needing a product, but judging us because of how we look, but still wanting our help. After just speaking to people that you consider the closest to God, telling you to love everyone. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It's just so frustrating. And it's like, I have wanted to fit in with the Mormons and people of my religious community for so long. And I will be honest, I still struggle with it and sometimes miss it because it's a built-in community and it's what I'm surrounded by. I live in Utah. And that is like the it thing. And when you're so lonely and healing, you want community wherever you can find it. And that is not the one for me. Like, it's just really not. But like, and like that reminded me of that. Like, no matter how much they preach that everyone is welcome and everyone is loved, people like me will never be fully welcomed or loved. And I have to come to terms with that and accept that, because I'm not wanted in that community. And that's something I have to be okay with. I can still love God and I can still be spiritual without having that church. And I will. I know this isn't, like, I don't really talk about spirituality and religion, but I really wanted to share that. And I thought it was better in like a YouTube video than on just like a short like TikTok, because I don't know, I just wanted to talk about that in this weekly video. And that's kind of all I wanted to talk about today. And if you're like me and you miss sometimes a part of your past, know that you've grown, and know that you deserve to be a part of spaces that want you fully, that want you with no rules or limitations or criteria to be a part of it. That is not what the God I believe in is about. God doesn't put rules on his children for how they should dress or represent themselves. He just wants you to be you, and he wants you to love yourself, because I truly believe that when we love ourselves as individuals wholly, that is when we are the closest to God. Not when you're trying to dress exactly like everyone else and wear the exact same hair and the exact same scripture case. No. When you be yourself and just love yourself. God created you. And isn't that a magical thing? And it deserves to be celebrated. So love yourself today and find space and communities that want you. And if you don't have a community yet, kind of like me, you have one here. You're so loved. Let's breathe another week, and I hope it's kind to you. Bye.